Hello everybody, this is Chromus018 and I just uploaded Season 2 Episode 15 of My Hero Academia. So I'm doing Episode 16, and I'll try to get Episode 17 as well done because that essentially does, you know, the whole thing with the hero killer. Because I know you guys have I saw you guys told comments of the Flaming Shark you told the Flaming Shark to upload 16 and 17 together. And since mine are two separate videos, I would have to upload them like consecutively, right after the other. Anyway, for this episode, Midoriya showed up, thankfully, almost at the last second to save Ida from the hero killer. And actually, in this episode, we end up finding out about the hero killer's quirk. Which essentially is if you get cut by the hero killer and he tastes your blood, he can paralyze you, which sucks. And he can paralyze you for up to essentially 8 minutes, and the cooldown time, I guess, for that quirk to wear off, I think it was type O, type B, type A, and then type AB. I think it was either B, then A, or then A, then B. I can't remember which. But AB, I think, was last. And essentially, O cools down the fastest, so if anybody's got O blood, they would recover faster. And this quirk works, well, only when it's a one-on-one thing and you're trying to kill the person, because if it's a cooldown time of 8 minutes, by that point, the hero killer would have killed the person. Or killed them or injured them enough to where they would die from their injuries. From blood loss. Which almost happened to Ida's brother, but obviously they got him to the hospital in time and saved him. And essentially, Midoriya starts trying to fight the hero killer. But sadly the hero killer got the jump on him and got a tiny, very tiny little bit of blood and paralyzed him too. But before Midoriya started fighting the hero killer, he sent out his location I didn't notice at the time, but he sent out his location to the rest of his class. I thought he just sent it to All Might at first. Because, well, he would need help against this guy, and, well, he's the only one that I can think of that's strong enough to fight the hero killer on his own. Besides possibly the other pro heroes, but still. But, yeah, before the hero killer can try and kill Ida again, Shoto shows up. And it actually shows it earlier in the episode Endeavor helping Gran Torino take out one of the Nomus. And I was like, if Endeavor's here, then Todoroki is not too far behind because he was with his father at the time. And we actually find out that the reason that they're there is to actually find the hero killer. Which is surprising. Anyway, yeah. Shoto comes to help, and he's actually using his fire for once. Which is good, because he's not just relying on his mother's quirk this time, like he used to in the sports festival. So, I'm guessing that talking with his mother is helping him realize that even though he doesn't like how his father has treated them, it's essentially still his own quirk, and he can still use it for his own path, whether his father likes it or not. Which is good. So it ends up being that they were originally going to try and carry the guys out of there because they're both paralyzed at this point. No, wait. Actually, Midoriya ended up, oh god, I'm tired. Anyway, Midoriya actually ends up recovering from the paralysis first, even though he was the last one to get paralyzed, which they ended up coming with the reason because of the blood type thing, and the hero killer confirmed it, obviously. So we now know that Midoriya is type O, which is interesting. Anyway, yeah, Midoriya had suggested that they just carry the Ida and Native out of there, but the hero killer is too fast. And they would have to leave Todoroki unguarded because he wouldn't be able to use his fire or ice while carrying one of them. Which sucks. Actually? I would have suggested that one of them do the carrying and the other cover them. Like, Midoriya tries to carry, like, Native out of there first. And Todoroki covers him by keeping the hero killer busy with the fire and ice. That way he can get him out of there easier. And then they make a run for it. But I guess they didn't think of that at the time. Anyway, they end up having to fight the hero killer to stall until the pro heroes at least get there. And we actually see flashbacks in this episode of Ida talking with his brother, and moments where obviously we see that Ida really admires his brother and wants to be just like him, especially since he modeled his hero outfit after his brother's outfit, because his outfit is, I think, technically almost the same, except possibly for probably small details or something. But yeah, their hero costumes are essentially the same. And he made his costume before this whole thing on his before the attack on his brother. So yeah, it just shows how much Ida admires his brother and wants to be like him. And Todoroki verbally knocks some sense into Ida, telling him that if he wants to make his brother proud, he needs to get up and help them stop the hero killer. Because he essentially tells Ida that the path that he's essentially going on is probably not a smart one, because he never seen, I guess, the hatred and revenge on Ida's face, on Ingenium's face before. So he knows that it's not a good thing for Ida to be like this. And Ida is obviously trying to stand up. I think by the end of this episode. Yeah, he's trying to stand up by the end of the episode. He stands up in the next episode. But he wants to help his friends, because he obviously can't just lay there and watch them fight for their lives anymore, because it's upsetting him. They tell him, well, if you don't like this, then get up and help us fight. And essentially, yeah. But yeah, a lot of stuff ends up happening in this episode, where it keeps on going, like, recapping, like, 5 minutes earlier or 2 minutes earlier or whatever. And, well, yeah, essentially, that's about what ends up happening in this episode. If you guys want to hear my 2 cents on other things that happened, just mention them in the comment section. Things you liked, disliked, or just things that I missed in this episode. Feel free to go on and mention them, and I'll give my 2 cents on them as well. Maybe. And I will see everybody next time.